Okay, so a little over a month and a half ago, 2 months ago, I had a dream, and it's taken me a while to put it on because I've sat and thought about it for a while. Um, okay, here it goes. It started out, and I am not too sure on where I was. It was outside, and all of a sudden, I entered like the scene, the scene, and I was on a horse, and it felt like I was riding bareback. Okay, so like at the beginning, it felt like I was riding bareback, um, and I was riding down like a brick or cobblestone road, and to my left there was buildings or something kind of close to us. It was kind of a narrow road that was probably like 4 feet wide or something. And then to my right, there was like this pony wall. A pony wall is kind of like maybe, let me make sure. No, I guess it was a little higher. It might have been like a 5 foot wall. Same thing, brick, stone, something. Not really stone, like gray stone. It was all creams, like cream colors. And you could tell it was kind of older. And when you looked up, like the wall was kind of up, and then like another level of land went with other buildings, and there was like grass, and it was kind of like dirt and grass mixture. And I was just riding like fast. I was riding fast on this horse, and I took a left turn. When I took a left turn, it opened up and I could see a little more. And off to my right, I rode by and I looked, and there was a field and there was kids in it. And it kind of seemed like there was a basketball court or something. Like something was going on. They were doing basketball or some type of basketball court. And I was riding. And it was still like the grassy dirt feel. And I was riding. And I went and I rode past a big building. And to me in the dream, it felt like a school building. Like I was at a school or something. Okay. And I rode the horse around the building and curved right. And when I rode the horse around the building and curved right, I hit a first hill. Like we were going to go up a hill. And I then realized I was in a saddle, and I had no problem. I took the hill really easy. As soon as we approached the hill, I did my positioning on the horse, and I had my feet like firm in the stirrups where they needed to be, and everything was in position. I just had a really good foundation going up this hill. And we just took it really easy, this steep hill, the horse and I. And then we kept riding because it's like we knew we had a destination. We were headed somewhere really quick. And we kept riding. And then we came up to another hill. But this hill was rocky. Like it was really rocky. And it had like gray, jagged boulder rocks everywhere. And I realized when we approached the hill and started taking it that I wasn't prepared for it. It was a rocky hill. I was not prepared for it. I didn't have my feet in the stirrups. By the time I went to grab and throw my feet in the stirrups and do everything, we're halfway up this hill. Okay, it was kind of not like a big mountain, but it was a bigger hill. Okay, so you're going up. And I slid off the horse. And when I slid off the horse, I grabbed on to rocks, and I was holding, like kind of hanging. And I looked up, and my horse went up to the top. And the horse went up to the top, but he turned around. Like I could see, it kind of like seemed like there was trees above him, and So you didn't see a lot of sky, but you saw sky through trees and things like that. And then the horse was looking down at me. And when he was looking down at me and I was hanging on, I wasn't scared. I wasn't panicked. I was just like on a mission, like I had to get up this hill and okay, what am I doing? But this other horse at that time ran past me up the hill, went all the way to the top, turned around by my horse, and reached down toward me and bit my right arm. Like bit my right arm and pulled me up. But then I lost like footing or something happened and I fell back a little bit. And I grabbed onto like a vine or a pipe or something. I grabbed onto a vine and I was holding and I was looking at this horse and he reached down again. He just reached down really quick without hesitation, grabbed me by the right arm in his mouth again, like bit my arm and pulled me up. And when I got back up there, I automatically just got back on my horse because my horse was still beside him looking, like waiting for me. And I automatically just got back on my horse and turned like and started, going quickly, just running. Then I ended up at another building that I went inside. So I was off my horse at this time, obviously, and I went inside and there were people standing around. And there was a window you could look out to your left, like a big picture window. And I knew that the people inside that room were putting together a party, like a birthday party. Okay. And it was hosted by this man. Okay, so this is where you're going to get personal with me. Okay. It was hosted by this man. And the man that was hosting it was my ex-husband, which I have my firstborn son with. Okay. And in this dream, I knew that he was hosting it, but like he represented something else. Okay, so I went out and left that room and I went out to this courtyard area. And the courtyard area had, once again, it had a pony wall to my left that was probably like 3 feet high. And then on top of that pony wall, it had like chain link fence starting. Like chain link fence went up because I had a fence on one side around it. This courtyard area is a big courtyard. And there was some people standing against that fence, like just standing in a line against the fence. And they were watching something and that man was out there. Okay, so my ex was out there. Okay. And I knew that he was doing this party and doing everything as a reconciliation to my son, like our son. And like to make everything right. And he was about, I don't know, 20 feet from me, 25 feet from me in the just watching in this courtyard. And in the middle of the courtyard, it had, like right in the middle, it had like blocks that went up really high and you couldn't really see around it, but it was like square, like our rectangle square. And it was long. So it was like a, I don't know, I keep wanting to say like 20 feet by like 20 feet square of blocks or something that you couldn't see around, but you could like run around it for some reason. Because at that time, I knew that all the kids, all the boys and girls at the party were running around, and they came around that block, that barrier that was in the middle of the courtyard. And I remember thinking, now this is where for some reason, I had it in my phone and I can't find it. But I remember knowing, not thinking, but knowing that all of these kids were like in the 5th grade, all of them, or 8th grade. So I have to look back and look on that. It was either the 8th grade, they were all in 8th grade, or they were all in 5th grade. I'm leaning toward 5th. Okay. So they were running like in a group together, and my son was in there. Now in real life, he's way older. But in this dream, he was in 5th or 8th grade. And they were all the same age. And they were running in this big group around, like doing something, like playing, but not really playing, but they were playing. It was his birthday party or something. And when they ran around, so when they ran around, I'm standing up against this pony wall, and like to the left is that man and other parents just watching, or other people. I don't even think they were parents. I don't know. Maybe they were parents. And to my right, there's a man in a suit walking up, a well-dressed man, very manicured, like short hair, suit. And he was coming, and he had like court case files in his hand. Like he had manila folders in his hand, and I knew they were like court case papers, like very official, very courtroom, very official. And I knew that he was the devil. Okay. And when he walked up, I was like, oh no, oh no. And I knew that that man that was my ex, that, you know, he was restoring things back. Okay. Or I don't want to keep calling him my ex, but the father of my oldest son. Okay. He now had to leave and go with this man, the devil in the suit. And he walked just from the left to the right, walked. He knew. It was just like he was going to do what he was going to do, or he was going to do what he needed to do. And he just walked in, he knew it. And I was like, oh no, he's got to go with him. Then all of a sudden the scene changed, and I'm in this room. And the room's probably like I don't know, an 8x10 or something room. It's not big. And it has a table in it that's like a long boardroom table. And at the front of the table is that man in the suit sitting. So the devil. Okay. And he's the only one sitting at the table. And he's at the like head of the table. And he's looking over the table, and he's looking toward a wall that's blank at that point. And to his left, I'm standing by the table, but against the wall a little bit, because I'm kind of overseeing. I feel like I'm just overseeing everything that's going on. And then to my left, right beside me by like 3 feet, is the father of my son. Okay. Now he looks a little different. He doesn't really look like, I get the feeling that that's like what he is to my son. He's the father of my son, things like that. Okay. And he's just standing there. And the devil at the table is looking at these manila court case file folders. And he's doing everything by by everything, like dotting every I, like everything's got to be the way, like, I can't be cheated type thing or something. It's just weird. Okay. And he's talking out loud. And the father of my son's not saying anything at all. He's just standing looking like at the table. He's faced the table, not the wall, just the table. And the devil is going, like, talking out loud, like maybe talking to God or talking out loud. And he goes, I don't know, like, okay, what is it? What is it? Like 2 days? No. What do you say? What is it? Like 2 hours or 2 days or 12 hours? Right? And okay, I'll go there in a minute. So then he looks up at my son's father. Okay. And the wall that's in front of the table opens up like a door, and flames. I mean, it's open. We're kind of like, I'm staring at it, and it's open like a door in the middle of the wall in front of this boardroom table. And it's got flames in it. And it's the center of the earth. It's the center of the earth. And I was like, oh no, he's got to go in there. He's going in there. He's got to go in there. Like, he's got to do this. He's got to go in there. And then all of a sudden, the door, it's really tall, like this opening, like this crevice in the wall with the flames, and you can tell the heat just. And all of a sudden, the door starts morphing, like down. It goes shorter and gets small, like thinner. And the devil at the table makes like a comment and laughs and kind of mocks. And he said, look, I even made the door just your size. And my heart broke. And I watched the man walk and go in the door. And the devil thought he won.